Ladies and gentlemen, this is ArtofApex YouTube channel, and today we'll be retopologizing this mesh right there. And this is a female base mesh that I created in ZBrush. And now I am going to retopologize this whole mesh if I could in this video only. And I'll start from the heads, follow the rules of topology, and prepare this mesh for rigging and animation purposes. So without wasting any time, let's get right into it. Okay, I'll start by adding a plane. So shift a mesh in plane, and I'll rotate it along the x-axis by 90 degrees, like so. And the reason why this mesh is appearing so small is because I exported it from ZBrush and imported it in Blender, and that's why, if you know the workflow, then you would know that the size of ZBrush is approximately, I think, 100 or 10 times of the size of Blender. So yeah, I think it's fine. I'll scale it down just like that, and I like to work with mirror. I'll turn off the retopology for now, and I'll add a loop cut in the middle of this. I'll delete this face, add a mirror modifier to this, and make sure I turn on the clipping. Yeah. Now I'll move it upwards. This value a bit forward. I'll turn off this snapping also. Now I'll go to deform and add a shrink wrap modifier. Wrap method to project, and I'll select this as my target object. I'll check negative, and I'll check this. What's this called? I think on cage, yeah, and this one too. And we'll not be needing subdivision surface for now, but I'll still add because if I ever have to preview of how it will look after subdividing, then there I can do that. I'll turn this off for now. Okay, now let's start with the head first. Before starting, I'd like to tell the major loops that go through the head. So first loop is around the eyes. It goes like this. Then loops around the eyes like this. Uh, yeah, it's auto saving. And I think I should turn this off. Auto saving off. Let's go to. Although it's not recommended, but I still don't like auto saving. And it takes a lot of time to auto save. So let's say let's do it around 40 minutes. I think 40 minutes is fine for now. Just so yeah, where was I? Yeah. These two loops around the eyes. Then one loop goes through the nose under the lips around the chin area, and then one goes through the head like this. These are some of the major loops, and one also goes like this. Yeah, so pardon my drawing skills, but these are the major loops that are essential loops during the retopology process, and we'll be following that. So let's erase this. Right? Okay, now going to the plane, I'll tap back into edit mode, and I'll turn on snapping, sorry, and selecting face, and so it should, yeah. Now it's a very important thing that you keep the mirror modifier at first priority because wait, let me show you. If I move this to first, you see, even though clipping is on, but the mesh is not following mirror modifier anymore. It's shrink the modifier is its first priority. We don't want that. We want mirror to be the first priority. So I'll go back and do that. And let me see. Let's turn on this retopology so that we can see the mesh clearly. Extrude, extrude. I'm just following the silhouette for now, and I always like to extrude one side of the mesh And first of all, cover that mesh and then fill up the faces. So just like I'm doing right now, extrude, extrude, and just following the same number of vertices like this. And now we can just press F. Oh wait, so yeah, this is invisible, which means the normals are not good. So pressing Shift 10 and check the inside. Yeah, solves it. And now I just have to press F, 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 and F. And there you go. There's our first essential loop of the head, basically. Also, if you are pressing Control R, then you will probably see this problem where your loop will go to either side of the edge. Uh, and if you want to control the loop cut, you can hold the Control button, and that's it. You can just add it anywhere. So I'll add it in the middle of this face, and yeah, I think good only. The reason why this edge is appear to be invisible is because of this right here. Yeah, clip start. I don't know how to solve this problem, but it isn't a problem. Basically, if you just switch your view to a perspective view, then you could see the edge. That's not a problem anymore. And I think I think it's good. Now I'll duplicate one of this edge, sorry, vertex, and I'll start to model the outline of the eye. It's very important that we follow the model correctly, and I'm not focusing on these many vertices as for now. We'll fill up the faces later on when we finally complete this uh, around the face, around the eye topology. Extrude, extrude, extrude. Oops. Yeah. So as I said, I just like to first of all form the basic outline and then I fill up the faces. Of course, you can do some different stuff, but that's just my workflow. And I think yeah, this. Oops, I think I missed a piece. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so here, yeah, there is a vertex. So I'll go subdivide this and move it there. Yeah, so now it should uh, fill up this. Right. And see how easy it was. I could have duplicated the face and then extruded it, but I like it this way. Now the major part is I'll select this outer edge and I'll press E and S to somewhat get the shape. Okay, I'll try to align this part of the mesh with the outer eye, and should I form a face between these? Or should I just merge this? Let's see. And form a face right there. E to extrude, E to extrude. Form a face right there. F, F, F. And yeah, good. We might need to move this inside a bit. Loops around the nose are very important. Another important tip because nose is really curved, especially in females. In males, it's usually like flatter, but in females, it's more curved. So it's important to follow the silhouette properly. And I'll add loop here and here, there. And yeah, before doing any more stuff, I'd like to tell you that I have added a add-on, which is basically, if I remember correctly, is F2. Yeah, you can download it from anywhere, from any search engine. Uh, just search for F2 mesh add-on in Blender. Just import it and enable it. It's really helpful because what it does is basically if I select an vertex right there, and if I click F, then you can see I can just add a face. And this is very, very important. Especially in retopology, I usually use it maybe a million times. Okay. And now let's see how I'm going to fill up these faces. Okay. Let's see if I merge these two and these two. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, let's just delete these. Just for now, I'll probably add them later on. The reason why I'm deleting this is I want to actually just first of all cover this mesh and then I'll add loop cuts to modify it. Let's start by making a face between these and let's see how this thing goes. Good enough. Uh, Probably we should add a face here, right? So if I add a face here, then this should probably cover up. Yep, that's it. Now, once the foundation is really good, you can add and modify your mesh really better. And talking about retopology can be extremely tough. Especially when I started it, I hated it. I think everyone does. Um, but it's just the painful part of 3D character. I have seen people who really love doing that, by the way. But yeah, I mean, it can be interesting once if you're doing it in Blender. The major problem that I used to face was the camera angle, right? Now it's fine, but when I will sculpt these fingers and the hand, that will really get messy because I'll have to, add some faces in between these fingers, and it will be impossible, almost impossible to see those faces and those edges. Where are they going and all that stuff. But I can say that after doing a couple of retopology, you'll get used to it and you'll eventually end up liking it. I am sure about that. Okay, now I'll add a loop cut. Sorry. Yeah. So just follow the path. Control R to add a loop cut right there. And I think it's good. Yeah, let's turn on the sub D and let's also check this in front. Good enough, I think. Always and always check the flow of the loop. Like by pressing Alt, you can actually check the face. It's good. Then around the eyes, it's good. I might want to add a loop bit right here. Yes, good. Now I'll extrude these faces for the nose. Right. And I'll extrude this and this and this face and face between these two also. E, E, E. Again, the faces got inverted. Don't worry, I'll be pressing Shift N real quick. So the Shift N, check this inside. Okay, so now they are good. And now as I said, I'll be using F and just forming the basic topology flow. Now I remember one loop goes through here and it covers the chin. Let's see. I'll have this loop, extrude it more. The rotating, um, yeah, good enough. You can always just modify this. If you're doing it on the other side of the mesh, it will be disastrous, like you'll see. So make sure you're doing changes on the right side. And let's just complete the flow first. Okay, good enough. Again, yeah, so this loop should go around lips like this. And even though in sculpt, you'll see the lips are like almost, combining together, I'd say. In real life, of course, there's mouth. When we open our mouth and we speak, there's a there's a food box, or what they call it. I'll call it just mouth only. So this will go like this. So make sure you leave some space in between the lips, so we can just extrude the inner part of the lips and form the mouth. So I'll just duplicate this edges and place it right there. Now I think it's going to be really messy because the lips are really asymmetrical and probably they'll be difficult to model. But I'll try to get as far as I can. Oh, this is weird. Okay, E to X2. Yep, as I said, really going to be messy, but there you go. I hope, yeah, I can do that. And I'll have group cut right there. E to X2, E to X2, and then I can just form a face. Right. So now the middle part is almost done. And now let's see. So I want to connect these two following this loop right there. I'll extrude this, form a face, face. Okay, let's see now. form a face and form a face right there. Nice. And probably I'll move this out a little bit so that it follows the outer side of the lip direction. And I'll again just simply use F to form this. And I'll save this. Saving is very important. I don't want to lose my work. And okay, probably since there is some part still left of the lower lip, and however the upper lips are fully retopologized, but I still believe that we can add one more loop around the outer lip. So I'll just move this downward like this. Let's add a loop right there. Right. Mm, yeah, so now they are good. Nicely done. And now, as I said, there's one loop that goes uh, like this, and so I'll extrude this, form a face, and making the essential loops are very important as they guide the whole process of the topology, and they will eventually end up helping us during the process. By the way, if you are confused in what are these essential loops and how do you retopologize everything, you can always look up to reference. Look for Pinterest or any other website that you know, and even look up to artists, other artists who are really experienced in this, and see their process, how they smooth out their process, how they retopologize, and you can really learn a lot of stuff from them. It's really good. Okay, and of course we'll be needing more topology right there. See, on a piece right there. Okay, and form face, add a loop, uh, add a loop, and I think it's good. Let's see. So these are the essential loops that I was talking about. Nice. I'll have one more loop right there. F, F, right there. We can always smooth out this entire mesh in sculpt mode, but I'll do that later. I'll first of all try to complete this whole silhouette thing or the topology flow. Yeah, so we might need a loop right there. Okay, so there are two loops right there. F, F, F. Mm, see. Okay, I'll do one more thing. So I'll go into material tab and I'll assign it a new material. And what I'll do is basically I'll add one more and I'll just give the essential loops a different color. So just select this, and change the viewport display to something like purple. And let's assign this. If I check this in front option, you can see that these are the essential loops that I was talking about. And there's one more loop that goes around the ellipse. I'll highlight that too. And okay, there is one problem. Like I want a loop around this ellipse, so probably I'll have to delete these spaces, and I'll extrude and scale it like so. Merge at last, merge at last, and yeah. So I think, or probably just pushing this back a little bit and forming the place between these two. F, okay, extrude it right there. Hmm. Do a group cut right there. So hmm, let's see. I think it's good only. I'll select this outer face and I'll go with this and I'll assign this right there. And of course, I'll go ahead and assign this and instead this. Let's see now. Yeah, so this is now the essential loop that I was talking about. Fine. Let's turn on sub D. Sorry. Good enough, I guess. Now I'll just extrude and form face F, 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 and F. I don't know how useful the F word in real life is, but it's really useful in Blender. And let's see. Okay, one more edge loop right there, and it should be complete. Nice. But the thing is, we might need to actually just assign this a new face, new color, sorry. I'll save it again. Okay, now moving on to further, uh, let's just extrude this edge. I'm not gonna do the neck as for this part. I mean, in this video right now, uh, my main focus is to just cover this whole head. So let's see, from faces, follow the flow, and while making this video, I just remember the dialogue from GTA 4. I never thought I'd live like this. Teaching retopology, the thing that I used to suffer with. But that's like do some stuff that you don't like, and that's essentially, and that ends up being the most important step in your life. With this still, um, okay, this still some annotation that was left, and I'll just deselect this in front option right now. Now, one thing that I do at this stage is, but let's just leave it. I was thinking just I could extrude this uh, the middle faces straight down to the back, but let's just leave it for now. It's not very important. Yeah, good enough. Um, Now there is one face that goes under the chin area, straight to the top of the head. So let's just make that nice. And I'll just follow the chin, sorry, the jaw. And since our jawline is very sharp, I need to follow this correctly. Okay, probably I'll delete these pages. Okay, that's good. And I'll add loop here. And don't worry that these loops are going in the eye. We'll smooth this out once we are done with the face. for 1, 2, and then just merge it. Okay, 1, 2, and then this. And this, done, and put this in front option. Nice. And we however do not want to have this in purple, so I'll assign the white material then. Nice. Save this project once again. It's looking good. So now what I'm going to do is basically I'll just extrude the upper upward part of this mesh, or you can say the top of the head. Okay, let's do SY0. So it's straight now. Okay, now start just forming the base. If there will be need, we'll be adding more loops, but it's very important in the retopology process that you keep low poly first and then add the essential loops to guide the direction of the topology. I might be adding the loop right there. I'm just aligning these edges. One, two, and uh, from the faces. So, and now there is a loop that goes around the ear. Okay, let's see. Um, And I'll also just adjust the retopology amount. Okay, I cannot do that. And this should form a page between these. Form a page between these, and hmm, probably there is some need of loop right there, but okay, let's do one thing. Select this page and press F, F, F. Okay, okay, okay. This is not following the direction. And what about that? How many loops are remaining? One, two, three, four, five, six. Around six loops, right? Hmm. Let's see. Okay, still one loop in, is remaining. Yeah, good. Okay, now one thing I'd like to do is actually just smoothing this mesh out. I'll have the wireframe enabled. I'll go into sculpt mode, and since the mirror is already there, I do not need to turn this on. And pressing S to go into smooth, and really just it's important to decrease the strength. Otherwise, if you have this massive strength, then it will just disrupt the topology. It will still work, but it's better to have less strength. Okay, disrupted the mirror modifier, but we'll fix that later on. ArtofApex, and now I remember. Yeah, so there it is. Let's check in front and sure, turn on disability. Okay, I think I need to fix this vertex right there. Okay, I think that's good. Now, if I check this in front, major problem is appearing in the outline of the eyes. We can just fix that. And this is probably appearing because I made one eye smaller. It was an intentional step to create some asymmetry in my mesh, and but really it doesn't matter anymore. Once I apply the mirror modifier, I'll do these changes. I'll just move this upward. And I think that's just fine. Let's see, no problem in the eyes. However, I'll just do one thing in this material right there. And also the whole part, this whole part is purple, but it doesn't matter. It's for just for showcasing the essential loops. And I think you now understand which loops I was talking about. And I'll just have this is yeah, I think it's good. You just need to have this loop around this, and then we'll be done with this side. E to extrude, and I'm holding control this, control, good enough. And I'll go into back view, and let's see. So F and F, and then this is done. Right, so now it's good. Nice. And this marks the completion of the head retopology that I particularly aimed for this video. As you can see, I will just quickly save this project. Yeah, so this is what we have. That's good. The ES are remaining, but we'll cover that in next part. For the retopology part one, I think this is good. Yeah, just note this out. Yeah, nice. So yeah, that's it for the head retopology part. In next episode, I'll be doing the ear topology and moving forward in the body topology, especially in the abs area and the shoulder area where the major deformation occurs. I'll be telling you the important loops, essential loops, and yeah, I'll move forward with the retopology process in the next episode. This is it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Stay connected and bye bye. And subscribe to Art of Paper's channel if you're interested in such workflows and tutorials and stuff related to 3D character art or Blender or ZBrush. Really hit that like button. Thank you.